Hi, I'm Katrina, your Pilates teacher at KN Pilates. Welcome to Get Started with Pilates, your 31-day journey towards a daily Pilates practice. Today is day 15, so let's begin. Today we will start again in all fours, so give the wrists a quick twirl, and if your knees need a little bit of support, grab a cushion or a blanket or something for the knees just to be a bit more comfortable, and then place your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and then we go into our cat stretch. So you breathe in to prepare, breathe out to curl in. Breathe in to arch away, and breathe out to curl in. And just see how the spine is feeling today. Send the shoulders away from the ears. One more. Good. And then find your neutral spine and pelvis. We'll come into our leg extensions. So you breathe in to prepare, breathe out, slide away. Breathe in, place the knee back, and then slide the other leg. Remember here we wanted to keep the weight evenly on our right hand and left hand, so we're not leaning too much into that supporting side. Draw the navel up a tiny bit. Push up in between the shoulder blades. If you have quite bendy arms, see if you can stop them from hyperextending. If that doesn't make any sense at the moment, don't worry about that for now. But really focus on lengthening that leg away, keeping the neck supported. Good. Then we add that little lift. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out. And in, and out. And now remember here not to let the back arch. Yeah, so keep that nice length of the spine. Push up in between the shoulder blades. And notice how your knees want to come into the middle. See if you can keep them hip width. Yeah, good. Fabulous. Last two of these. Draw the navel up, just a little bit support. Good. Then come back into kneeling. Just give the wrists a quick twirl. So we will come back into all fours, and as always, if the wrists need a little bit of a rest, come out of it at any time. Good. We then add the arms to this. And for the first version, we stay in contact with the floor. Yeah. So I'll take that out of the way. Good. So we'll come back into our neutral spine and pelvis, and then we just want to make sure we have enough space to actually extend. From here, we just move the arm forwards, so keeping the fingertips in line with the floor. So we're not actually going up into the air, we're sliding the fingertips forwards and then come back underneath the shoulder. Yeah. And just a few of these, just to sort of see how that feels. So we're trying to keep the body still and just let the arm move. So I'm not actually reaching forwards, my shoulder doesn't go up to my ear. I keep my shoulder back and I just allow my arm to move away from underneath me. So again, this is about that supporting arm. Yeah, so we're keeping that all nice and strong. Last two of these, and then we put it all together. Good. So now we go opposite arm to leg. Yeah. Stay in contact with the floor, at least for the first few. So we breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Slide one arm and the other leg along the floor. Breathe and come back. That was the train. And then slide the other side. Yeah, and we are thinking about train tracks here, so that's maybe fitting. So you can see my fingertips and my big toes, they stay on the floor, just at least for the first few. Yeah. And we try to keep the back as still as possible. Good. We try to start and finish. So the hand comes back and the knee comes back at the same time. Good. Last two of these. Keep the navel drawn up a little bit, shoulders away from the ears, pushing up in between the shoulder blades. And then again, come into kneeling. And give twist a tool. Yeah. So eventually we go into that version where we lift away from the floor. I'm sure you've either seen that or maybe done that in a different class as well. So just to start with, stay in contact with the floor. It really does set us up for a much better progression going from there. Good. From there we then come into 3/4 press-ups. So we've done the box press-up already, and you can do that one again. Or if you found they were okay, you're ready for a little bit of a challenge or a progression, you're welcome to try those. So for our 3/4 press-ups, you want to, so for the box, just to remind you, so for the box press-ups, we just stay here in that all-fours position and then have the hands just a bit wider. Yeah. For the 3/4 one, we just have the hands a little bit further forward, and then we bring the body further forward. So again, the shoulders are in line with the hands. Yeah. It just makes it a little bit more challenging. See how that feels today. Good. So we'll do 10 again. Breathe in on the way down. Out on the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly there, 9, and 10. Fabulous. Come into child's pose, have a rest. Relax the shoulders, let the abs relax, breathe deeply. Good. Then roll the spine up into sitting. Use the hands if you need a bit of support. And then we're going to come into our leg lifts. So here again, you want to have a cushion that's a little bit higher up to make space for the nose. So we just do this. And then come onto your front. Good. So with these, you can use a cushion or you can actually just use the hands. So either one is fine. So if you use the cushion, you can have the arms by your sides. Or if you prefer just to have the hands as a cushion for this version, you can actually do that as well. Yeah, so we have the feet hip width for our leg lifts. And the first one is just to lift one leg and lower it back down and then alternate. Yeah. So you want to have your head resting on your hands, and I was going to prop myself up just to talk you through this. So what you're going to do is this. We've done this before. Yeah. So as you lift the leg, you breathe out. Breathe in to lower, out to lift. Good. And then see if you can draw the navel up a little bit as you lift the leg up. So you feel the navel draw up a tiny bit as you lift the leg. Breathing out. Good. Then reach the toes away from you, lengthen the leg. Making sure not to let the knee bend. Keep the leg nice and long. And if we're really good with all of that, Relax the shoulders down. Yeah. Last few. We then go into a variation. So again, a progression from these. So you can continue with these, or you can lift both legs up just a little bit. And then you move the legs a little bit faster. Make sure not to do that. Would be a toddler tantrum, still lengthening away. Draw the navel up a bit, keep that connection throughout. Breathe in for a few, and out for a few. Yeah, and again, relax the head down onto your hands once you know what you're doing. Good, a few more. Breathe in for a few, and out for a few. You can always do the previous version, just the single ones as well at any time. Good, and release. We then come into a quadriceps stretch. So your quadriceps are these muscles here, just those ones. Yeah, and you can either do this on your front. If that's very challenging, you can also do this on your side. So see how you go with this. So you either do this, yeah, you just want to feel a light stretch there. Have the knees together. Relax the shoulder. Good. But if you find that is very difficult, you can just come onto your side. My mic is in the way. There we are. You can do this on your side as well. Yeah, so you have the leg out. You just want to have the knees together. This can be much or less challenging if these muscles are very tight. Yeah, you might want to go into this version. And then the other side. So if you're doing the side lying ones, just roll over, come into this position again for the other leg, or if you're doing these on your front, swap the leg over. You relax the shoulders, breathe deeply. Make sure that your knees are together and that foot is right over that bum cheek. Yeah. Good. And then release. And then we'll come into another stretch. So push yourself away from the floor. And then come into kneeling. So the next one is a little bit more advanced, and just see how that feels. So there's two options with this one. You're either, and again, your knees might need a little bit of padding to see how that goes. So there's two options here. And we just want to get into these muscles. So you either place one foot forward and then just gently push into the hip. And you might feel this already. Yeah, it's just a bit of a progression from the stretch we just did. Or you take the foot quite a lot further forwards and then lean into this space. Now for this one, we just want to relax into the stretch. This is not the yoga pose. This is just the stretch we're going to try to create here. So you want to really relax those muscles. Place the hands wherever it's comfortable for you. Yeah, and then keep the spine long. So try not to do that. Try to keep the spine nice and long. So whichever version feels good for you, try to breathe deeply, relax into it. If you're in this one here, to come out of this as elegantly as possible, you want to bring the shoulders over the hips, draw the navel in a bit to then swap over. Yeah, so again, you either come into this one or you lean forward. And you want to have the toes further forwards than the knee. And then again, find a comfortable position for the hands, wherever that is for you. And then relax into the space. So you not just want to hold this here with a lot of tension. You want to release into the stretch and breathe deeply. And if this is all not happening today, seriously, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's just something I'm offering today. If that doesn't feel so good, that's all right. We do different things again tomorrow. It's all good. All right. And then here again, bring the shoulders over the hips first, draw the navel in a bit to come out of this. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. And we're done.